everyone, I wanted to make this video. This has been, apart from like a makeup collection video, this has been my most requested video ever, I think. I'm not quite sure why, because I'm not really incredibly happy with my hair, but a lot of people have requested me to do a video all about my hair care and about the cut of my hair and the colour and things like that. Yeah, I get a lot of emails from people saying that they're going to the hairdresser and can I take a picture of the back of my head in a certain type of light, or the side of my head and things like that. And whilst I wouldn't really mind doing that, I don't really have the time. Every time someone sends me something like that, I don't really have the time to do it because I might get the email when I'm just on the way out and things like that. So what I thought I would do is make a video when my hair was straight so you can see the cut, things like that, and I could just talk you through what I would ask for at the hairdressers, all the kind of questions that I normally get asked, and then I'm going to talk about my hair care routine and some products that really have completely changed my hair and things like that, so what I love using. So I'll just start about my cut. I had my hair cut not too long ago, maybe about 6 weeks ago, and it's currently down to here. Down to there. It was about here and I had it cut, and it's much healthier now, so that's where it's down to. And I've got layers that start maybe here. There are a couple of shorter ones that the hairdresser cut in for me to give it more volume, and they are just a little bit shorter so you can see them there, and then they come down here and here, and they're just kind of laid around the front, so it's just kind of shaped to add volume. So if I was going to the hairdressers, I would just ask them to kind of do I don't know really, just layers to kind of frame my face, and also just to add a little bit of volume but not too short. As far as my fringe, I cut this myself. I bring it forwards and I'll get the scissors and I cut upwards into my fringe and just pull it across and have a look, and I just keep doing that until it's at the right length. So that's how I do my fringe. As far as hair colour, it's really difficult because I'm really fickle and I use a different colour every time, but I don't think it would really make that much of a difference if I told you what colour I did use, because I used to, well, you know, my hair was a lot lighter and I had a lot of blonde highlights in it, and so that bleach is still on my hair underneath, so whenever I put a colour on, firstly it grabs the colour, goes a lot darker than it normally would because it grabbed onto where the bleach was, and then it also, when it starts to wash out, it fades quite quickly, and where you might be able to see a few where the bleach was, you get quite a lot of like little highlights that at the minute are like a reddy brown, so it wouldn't be the same on you even if you dyed it that same colour, if you get what I mean. The colour I used was one of the Garnier Shines, and I actually got given one in my goodie bag when I went to the event, but I gave it to my mum because I wasn't going to dye my hair and I really liked the colour on my mum. I didn't go out and buy the exact same colour, but I bought like a chestnut brown, I think it was, and it's like a reddy auburny colour, so it's one of the Garnier Shines, but I've no idea what the colour was, but it's like a reddy brown. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, the place that I actually go to get my hair cut is in Selfridges in the Trafford Centre, and it's the Andrew Collins salon in Selfridges, so just in case, I would really recommend it there. They do I think it's 20% student discount, and it's a really nice salon, so I would definitely recommend that salon. So hopefully that's answered a few questions, and now I'll just move on to what I use on a regular basis with my hair, and yeah, just what styling products I use and things. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was kind of clearing build up from your hair. I use a lot of products, as you're about to find out. I use a lot of products on my hair to kind of keep it in good condition. Once a month I like to remove the product build-up that's in my hair, and I actually use washing up liquid to do that. So once a month, no more than once a month. I definitely would not recommend you to do this regularly, and sometimes I'll leave it 2 months. It depends on, you know yourself when your hair starts to get product build-up because it feels really dull and kind of lifeless and a little bit dry, and just kind of, my hair does anyway, and it can look a little bit greasy at the roots, but normally it's just when my hair feels dull and heavy and it won't do anything, then I know it's time to do this. So I get washing up liquid, just whatever you use to clean your dishes, and I just take a little bit, my hair's dry, and I rub it into my hair and kind of work it through the hair. And then when you get in the shower or the bath, wet your whole head, scrub, and it'll obviously foam up a lot because it's washing up liquid. And sometimes I repeat it depending on whether I think it's got everything out of my hair, and it leaves your hair really squeaky clean, and it might feel quite knotted, and it might feel a little bit weird when you've washed it out, but as soon as you put your conditioner on, everything will be fine. And you'll notice a big difference when you dry your hair. You'll notice it's very, very clean, and it feels really, really nice. If you only do this once a month or once every 2 months, it's not bad for your hair. It actually gets everything out of it, but just don't do it very often. Yeah, I can't remember which hairdresser it was. I don't know if it was Nikki Clark or Andrew Collins, but I read this in a hair magazine years and years and years ago, and it was an interview with him, and he said that that was the best clarifying shampoo that you could ever get, and it was really cheap. So that's what he did to the people in his salon, or to models if they had like product build up, and I've been doing it since I was 14, and it's not done any damage to my hair, and it's worked for me. So that's what I do once a month. On a regular basis, I wash my hair probably every 2 to 3 days. I would love to wash my hair every day because I love that feeling of having clean hair, but it's not really good for my hair, so I try and leave it 3 days. The shampoo that I use at the minute, I'm using the Chi Infra shampoo, and I've gone through about 3 or 4 bottles of this. I really like it, and I've repurchased it, and I like it a lot, but they're stopping selling Chi products in Sally's, so I'm not sure where I'll be able to get hold of them. It might be a bit pricey from the internet and stuff. So I've also been using a Lush Shampoo Bar, which I can't show you now because I've used it all up, and it's the Godiva, and it's the yellow, like a goldy yellow shampoo bar, and that is really, really good. So I would recommend you to get that one over the Chi if you live in the UK, because it's just going to be easier for you, and it does exactly the same job as this Infra shampoo. I shampoo my hair twice, and then I apply this, and this is what has completely changed my hair. It's something that has really helped with the condition of my hair, and yeah, I couldn't live without this now. In fact, this is nearly empty, and I've just bought another one of these, and it is made by Schwarzkopf, and it's the Bonacure Hair Therapy Amino Cell Rebuild, and it's called the Repair Rescue treatment, and they've got Repair Rescue shampoo, Repair Rescue conditioner, but this is the treatment. So this is what, if you went to a salon, they would put on your hair. You know, you can book in for like a treatment, and they put it on your hair, leave it on for 15 minutes, put you under the heat to help it absorb. This is what the kind of thing that they would put on your hair. I actually use this every time I wash my hair as a conditioner, and I try and leave it on as long as I can, and sometimes I sleep with it on overnight. I wanted to try something that wasn't from a drugstore, because I wanted it to be working within the hair shaft rather than just glossing, because a lot of products like Pantene, things like that, just leave a coating on your hair, so they don't actually do anything to the hair to help strengthen it. At first I was a bit disappointed because this I was expecting it to do big things, and when I first used it, maybe the first 3 times, I didn't really feel that it was amazing, and I wasn't going to repurchase it. I think it was that great, but it was because it was actually working on my hair. It wasn't giving me a quick fix. So the first couple of times you use this, it might not give you amazing results, but maybe after you've used it about 6 times, you'll see that it's made a massive difference to your hair, because it's working slowly and it's working on reconstructing the hair shaft. I'm not an expert on these things, but it's working from within really, so the results might be a little bit slower, but if anything, that's a good thing. So it's $10.99, and this is 750 ml, and a normal this Nikki Clark one is 150 ml, and it's probably about £3, £4. So it might seem expensive, but you're getting a lot for your money, and you only need a little bit of this. This Nikki Clark one is what I was going to show you next. This I actually bought in the pound shop, and they have this in the pound shop where I live, and they sell it in Boots, I think. I don't know how much it is, but I pay £1 for it obviously. And it's quite good if you're going somewhere and you just want a quick conditioner. It's a 60-second treatment, and yeah, it's the Nicky Clark Smooth It Over, and that is perfectly good conditioner. It's, you know, really decent if you want something. If you don't live near a Sally's, then I would recommend this as well, but yeah, I don't use this very often. I tend to stick with the Schwarzkopf now that I know it works. Another thing I use maybe when I'm going out or my hair's just needing a bit of TLC is the Nourish Intense, and this is the Silk Bath. I use this as a shampoo and I'll leave it on for a little bit and then use my conditioner. But that just really makes it silky, nourishes it, it's really, really nice. So yeah, I use that maybe on special occasions or when my hair needs a little bit of TLC. When my hair's wet, I spray on the Keratin Mist, and this is like a leave-in strengthening treatment, so you'll spray this on, and sometimes I spray it on like when my hair's dry like now. I will spray it on when I'm just around the house and it just strengthens your hair. So yeah, that's really nice. Near enough every day that I don't wash my hair, so if I wash my hair on a Monday, the Tuesday, Wednesday I will use this dry shampoo. And I've got a demo and a review of this product up on my channel, so if you want to go and look at that, then feel free. And I use this to just freshen up my roots because I really like that clean feeling, mainly on my fringe, and just really give my hair texture and freshen it up. So I always kind of go through these, and I use it, like I say, every day that I don't wash my hair. I like to leave my hair to dry naturally if I can. Just so that when I straighten it I'm only putting one lot of heat rather than blow drying it and then straightening it. And to protect my hair I use the Chi 44 Iron Guard, and I didn't used to like this because it makes your hair quite sticky, but I found that if you kind of don't use too much it works just fine. So I use that to protect my hair before I blow dry it or before I straighten it. And then once my hair is styled, I then use a number of products on it to kind of help the ends and to kind of make it look more textured. So once I've styled my hair I would put on the Chi Silk Infusion, which is a serum, and yeah, it just keeps your ends in good condition basically once you've styled. And I love the smell of this. It smells quite masculine, so if you don't like strongly smelling products then stay clear of this, but it really does make your hair feel silky and you only need a tiny bit. So that's the Silk Infusion. Then I would use something to kind of make the ends look more piecey, and I haven't used anything yet, so I'll show you a product that I really like. And this is the Clynol Look at Me Centre Stage Smoothing Styling Cream, and it comes out in a little pump like this. I only use a little tiny bit. It's like a cream gel kind of texture, and I just rub that in between my fingers, and then I just use it on the ends, and it just gives a little bit more definition to my hair, so it just looks a little bit more piecey, and you can kind of just separate the layers a little bit more, so it just kind of styles it a little bit. So I would use something like that just to give it some texture. And then sometimes if I'm going out or if my hair doesn't look that shiny, I will use shine spray. And this shine spray is really nice. It's the Umberto Giannini Spa Rituals range, and it's the Indulgent shine spray, and that smells of lavender and geranium. And you can just kind of spritz this on. It's just got like a spray bottle. You spritz it on your hair if you want a little bit of shine. So that is a nice one. It's not an aerosol, so that's quite nice. Quite nice to put in your bag. And another one that I use is the Tara Smith Topcoat Glosser, and you can get that from Tesco, and again it's just a little spray bottle, and you just kind of spritz this on your hair to give it some shine, and it just makes your hair nice and shiny. But it's not a hairspray, so it won't kind of hold your hair in place. Moving on to hairsprays that I like. Again, another one I like is Chi, and this is the Infra Texture, and it's not really got that strong of a hold, but it just kind of gives your hair a little bit of texture, so you can see you can just use it to create volume and just twirl bits around, and it'll just give it kind of some texture and some definition, and it will hold slightly, but it's not really strong, so that's good if you've got your hair in like kind of a style where you want it to move quite a bit. Garnier Fructis is another one that I use. I actually got this in a goodie bag at the Garnier event, and I've repurchased it twice since then. This is extreme, they do different holds, and although it says extreme, your hair still moves with it and you can comb it out. So this is like a life-saving product to me when I want my hair to stay in, but then the next day I don't want to have to wash it. So I would really recommend that, the Garnier Fructis Flexihold hairspray. Another one that I really like that isn't an aerosol, so if you want to kind of use one that isn't aerosol based, then the Schwarzkopf Essensity, and this is the Air Fix pump spray, and you can put it on your hair when it's wet, maybe to like scrunch it and help it to dry wavy, or you can use it on dry hair. So that's another one that I really use. Oh, that's that one. A lot of people have commented or emailed me about videos when my hair has been wavy, and if my hair is wavy in a video, not curly but if it's wavy, it's almost always how my hair naturally dries, and I don't put anything on it maybe apart from a bit of serum. So I can't really help you with styling your hair to get it like that because I don't do anything to it to make it look like that. Just a few suggestions. The first one is Umberto Giannini, and it's the Natural Curls Styling Spray, and this is really good if you want to kind of, you know, if my hair's wavy and I want to scrunch it a little bit more, I'll put some of this on, and you can use it wet as well to kind of emphasise the curl more. So that might help you. Another thing that might help is the one I've just talked about. Using that on wet hair can sometimes as well give you the same results, but I'm not entirely sure because mine's wavy anyway. I can't really say what it would do for you, but it's worth trying those too. Okay, and I've just got two more products to talk about, and these are both by Umberto Giannini, and they are overnight treatments. One is from the Spa Rituals range, which the Shine Spray is part of, and it's the Overnight Magic Hair Repair. And this has got bergamot and lavender in it and honey, and it just kind of smells really strong, but in quite a nice way. And you put this on to maybe the ends of your hair and dry hair, and it goes on quite damp, and it doesn't make it really look very nice, but if you sleep on it you wake up the next morning and it's not in your hair anymore, so you can do that and kind of head straight out the door the next day. You don't need to worry about washing your hair. So that is a really good one. And then the other one is again by Umberto Giannini, and it's the Overnight Beauty Moisture Balm, and it's kind of like a night cream for your hair. So it does the same kind of thing, but this one I would say is thicker. It's supposed to disappear in the hair. It doesn't quite disappear in my hair, so I'll use this one if I know I'm washing my hair the next day, but it's really nice. Quickly, people have asked me which straighteners I use. I did use the Remington Shine Therapy, but they broke unfortunately, so I've been using the Chi limited edition pink straighteners from Sally's, and I really like them. And then if I use a conical wand, I want my hair to be curly, or if I'm curling my extensions, I will use the babyliss conical wand. It's just a babyliss conical wand, and you can get it from Boots. So I hope that helped you. I know it was probably really long to sit through, but yeah, I really hope that helped and it's answered some of your questions. Alright, thank you, bye!